having worked on used and worked on some tools in data science open source software, my recurring observed pattern looks something like early projects are generated extremely intrinsically motivated by creative types who just want to build the thing, probably because they want to use it or their friends want to use it, and there's a initial surge of energy in a small group. And at that moment and in that early phase, the motivation takes this intrinsic form. But as time goes on and other people start consuming it, then they have a lower and lower sort of incentive because they've sort of done the creative work and they don't really want to do the scaling and or maintenance type work. And so as you shift to supporting a much larger group of users, you're going to see loss of motivation on the part of people, or maybe it's better to understand that the needs of that project have moved away from the things that that group of people is motivated to do. And so then you get a different kind of motivation that drives, often for people who are just interested in scaling or people who have really high code quality standards and just want to do the work to improve the maintainability and the usability at scale. But then even after that, there's another phase, which is more like ongoing maintenance and care, which is still yet another kind of work. And as a result, different kinds of people are motivated to do it. And even worse, that kind of ongoing maintenance is often thankless, and it sort of shifts into a phase where you really do need some financial incentives to get people motivated to stick with it. And so if you look at that cycle, what my takeaway has been is that organizations evolve over their life cycle, the work that is required changes, thus the things that people are motivated to do change, and the nature of whether that motivation is intrinsic or more extrinsic, like in the case of shifting to maybe even if it's donation-based compensation for work that isn't necessarily something that anyone just wants to do, but needs to be done in order to maintain the software quality. When I look at that, though, I just really want to emphasize the fact that, motivation, like many things we talk about, is likely to be extremely context dependent and purpose specific, and specific to purpose, or even specific to the relationship between the people, the work that needs to be done, and the purpose it's intended to achieve. And that would be a good reason why there wouldn't be a, sort of single solution to how do you motivate people. You need to be able to keep track of situationally, even for the same organization, these different relationships, which are effectively always moving targets.